Gotham, a series that tells the story of how several different characters in the Batman universe became who they are. When Fox announced they were going to be making a series about Gotham before Bruce Wayne became Batman, there were some very mixed reactions. The majority of people were against this, seeing as how you can't have Batman villains without Batman. And even after the show has aired and the first season has finished, there are still several complaints against it. Gotham is perhaps the lowest DC show on right now, not being able to compete with Arrow or The Flash. But by no means does that make it a bad show. Gotham is an interesting series that is faithful to the source interpretation while making some minor changes where necessary to fit this adaptation. Gotham seems to be heavily inspired by Frank Miller's Batman Year One, a story that told the origin of both Batman and Commissioner Gordon. Gotham takes the Gordon parts of Year One and adapts them perfectly, while also taking some of Batman's parts into consideration, but changing the role slightly to fit into different characters. So, what exactly does Gotham have to offer? I'll be discussing the general story and characters without any spoilers, so that those of you that haven't seen Gotham, or those of you that are still on the fence, can hopefully try and watch Gotham. So hopefully after this review, you'll be convinced to give Gotham a chance. Gotham's story is one of growth. Unfortunately though, it has a painfully slow start. Things don't truly start to pick up and get interesting until about the 7th episode. That's when the episodes start to get more connected, when plots start to connect, and it seems like a show, and not just loosely connected episodes. Another issue with Gotham is that there are several plot lines that are developed in the first few episodes, but by the end of the season, they're either not resolved, or they have been dropped completely. It's a little annoying when you have to wait until the second season to see a plot that has been developing since the first episode get resolved. There are even more plots added throughout the season that makes things more confusing at times. People can easily get lost with all these different things going on. And even some of the plots added halfway through the season are dropped by the end. Those of you that have seen Gotham know what I'm talking about when I say that it has problems keeping up plot lines. But don't get me wrong. The plots that are carried out from the beginning to the end are the best plots I have seen, and they are more than good enough to keep you entertained and keep you interested in watching the show. There's always a sense of suspense and anticipation for what's next to come. Season 1 of Gotham is, for the most part, an origin story. There are 3 main focuses in the first season of Gotham, and 2 side focuses. The first main focus is on James Gordon, who at this point is barely a new transfer into the Gotham City Police Department. The GCPD is very corrupt and is controlled by the organized crime in Gotham. Gordon enters this corrupt crime force with the ambition and the determination to fix the system. Helping Gordon out is his partner, Harvey Bullock. Bullock doesn't always agree with Gordon, and he worries that he's going to end up getting both of them killed. Bullock and Gordon contrast a lot personality-wise, and their interactions are always so much fun to watch. They act like an old buddy cop movie from the 80s. The second main focus is on Bruce Wayne. One of the first scenes in Gotham is the murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne. Gordon promises Bruce that he will find who killed his parents, but after getting no closer to finding them than when he started, Bruce decides he's going to take matters into his own hand. Alfred helps him learn how to fight, and they both start investigating the secrets that his parents held, along with trying to find out any dirty secrets that the Wayne board might be hiding. The third and final focus is on the organized crime in Gotham. The mob families and the upcoming war between Salvador Maroni and Carmine Falcone for control of Gotham, with a very specific focus on Oswald Cobblepot. Throughout the season, Cobblepot plans and schemes fall into place, and they usually end up leading from one episode to the other. Most of the time, the episodes are connected because of Cobblepot. The gang plots also often clash together with the Gordon plots, seeing as how Gordon is trying to clean up the crime and the gangs are what is causing the organized crime. The side plots consist of Edward Nygma, a forensic scientist who works for the GCPD and is very fascinated with criminals. Nygma is treated terribly by the other members of the GCPD because of his awkward personality. Gordon becomes his first friend at GCPD. The second side plot is Selina Kyle. Selina is a girl on the streets who lives on her own, but she's more than capable of fending for herself. She's tied into the Wayne murder because she was a witness of it. Selina's interactions with Bruce and Gordon are very nice and fun to watch, and Selina's personality is overall very enjoyable. The characters in Gotham are all very good. The main character would definitely be James Gordon. This version of Gordon is very different from the one we're used to seeing. He isn't the commissioner, and he's new to Gotham, so he has no true power or authority. Despite that, Gordon is still the good cop he's always been. He wants to clean up the crime and reform the GCPD so it can stand for justice like it should. This is also a more extreme version of Gordon. He does things you wouldn't think Gordon would do, but he never seems out of character. Gordon's partner Bullock is a great contrast to him. See, Bullock isn't a crooked cop like the rest of the GCPD, but at the same time, he isn't a purist like Gordon. He does whatever he has to do to uphold the law, while at the same time staying alive, because that is his first priority, staying alive. Bullock doesn't like how things are, and after working with Gordon, he develops and changes greatly. Now, there are a lot of complaints towards Bruce, and how he is perhaps the weakest character in all of Gotham. But he carries his story well, and he does get better over time. It took them a while to figure out what they wanted to do with Bruce, what they wanted his story to be, but once his plot gets started, it's just as enjoyable as the rest. Alfred is nice as always. He keeps his usual snark and cynical personality intact. He and Bruce are always nice to see together, and Alfred has some nice moments with Gordon and Selina. Cobblepot is definitely the best part of the show. If you're gonna watch Gotham just for Cobblepot, that's a good enough reason to watch it. He's always planning, always scheming, always thinking. He hides his mastermind genius under a calm and at times nervous demeanor. You never know what he's gonna do next. Watching Cobblepot put one of his plans into actions is always nice. His interaction with Carmine Falcone and Salvador Maroni are always great, and throughout the season you'll constantly find yourself wondering, what's he gonna do next? How is his plan gonna work out? And most importantly, why did he do that? You'll constantly be rooting for Cobblepot to get the upper hand and win. A new character created originally for Gotham is Fish Mooney. Fish is very similar to Cobblepot in the fact that she's always planning something, and she's very smooth with her words. Fish is usually able to talk her way out of a situation, and it's a great time watching her and Cobblepot clash for power and control. The last character that I think is worth mentioning here would be that of Edward Nygma. He is my second favorite character after Cobblepot, and sometimes he even manages to pass Cobblepot in enjoyment. His awkward personality is fun to watch, and you really just feel bad for Nygma. You feel bad for how he's treated and how his life is. You just want him to get a break. You really love the guy. Gotham is often criticized as simply being a cop show with Batman characters. But it is much more than that, though. It's an interesting show with several twists, wonderful plots, and characters. Gotham is a show that you can watch with or without being a Batman fan. As I mentioned, some plotlines get dropped early on, and it takes a while for the show to really pick up and get good. But despite these problems, it's enjoyable nonetheless. The plots that do get carried out are some of the best plots I've ever seen. The characters all work wonderful. You will always be entertained, and you will always be invested in the story if you can keep up. Once the show picks up, it rarely ever slows down, and it's enjoyable from then on till the end. Gotham is currently available on Hulu and Netflix if you wish to watch it. I personally recommend you watch it online before you decide to buy it, because it's not for everyone, and it has some problems that maybe you personally wouldn't be able to overlook. I find it enjoyable despite these problems, but who knows if you will. With everything that I've said, in my personal opinion, I give Gotham Season 1 an 8 out of 10. It has problems, but those problems don't stop it from being good, and the problems are only at the beginning. Once you get past the beginning, it is nothing more than enjoyment until the end. As I said, Season 1 was the origin, the initial growth, the initial change. Season 2 is going to be the rise of the villains. Season 2 premieres tonight, the night that I upload this video. Let's see how Season 2 of Gotham ends up turning out. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time, and if you haven't seen it yet, please go watch Gotham. You'll only be doing yourself a favor.